Hello my dear rocking stars, this is your Alexander Sinathan and today we are going to discuss why is English so hard to learn. So without further ado, let's get started. Is English hard to learn? So you have decided to study English, but for some reason when you will use what you have learned, it seems not work that way in the real life. Don't worry, you are not the only one who feels this way. English is hard language to learn. It is not though impossible. In reality, how difficult it is to learn depends on your native language. This is because languages are more or less related. Many of the words we use in English developed from Latin and ancient Greek words. But is English hard to learn? We will let you make your view. Why is English hard to learn? The English language considers among the most challenging languages to learn. We'll look at some of the common reasons why people find it hard to learn English. The first reason is families of languages. Today the world speaking languages number is about 6,000. The scientific discipline tends to think of languages as families. They have developed from one another and form specific family trees. Since English is a member of the Germanic of the languages, it would be easier to learn if your native language is similar to Dutch or German. However, learning English would be difficult if you speak the Japanese language, which has little in common with either the Romance or Germanic languages, and thus sounds and looks very different. You can find it easier to learn English if your native language is close to it. And the second reason is some things are nonsensical. Nonsensual means little bit confusion, meaning the English language is often full of inconsistencies and illogical statements. Many words, for example, seem confusing to non-native speakers. For example, what does pineapple have to do with the words pine and apple? There are also cases where nouns become verbs. Teachers, for example, taught while preachers preached. It's difficult enough to clarify to native English speakers. So imagine how difficult it is for English learners to understand these inconsistencies. And third reason is rules and exceptions. Whether they are grammatical or use it to assist in spellings, there are many of them and there are many ways from them to get changed, refuted or proved wrong. For example, English students learn to say I before E except after C. When it comes to most English words such as friend and believe, this rule stands true. There are, however, expectations such as signs and weirdness. When it comes to sentence order, there are several confusing rules to understand. Native speakers have an intuitive knowledge of how to order those words because they sound right. Getting used to all complexities and exceptions to the rules, it can be a nightmare for people who are trying to learn the language. Rules don't always work, especially when using established knowledge to apply the same rule to a new word. And the fourth one is writing rules. Even native English speakers make mistakes, especially when it comes to punctuation rules. It is the stylistic side of writing that gives them the most trouble. Whether it is the fast Oxford comma of today or how to use iPhones and compound nouns, there is always something new to learn. This field of English requires the most focus of all the language skills. The strange case of the English pronoun I is also worth mentioning. When we look at all other English pronouns, we can see that I is the only one written in capital letters, regardless of its form. And the fifth reason is words order. You can immediately detect the word order if you speak English fluently. Another difficulty for students in distinguishing between right and incorrect orders. It's not clear why the words are set in such a way that they sound right. You may say an interesting small cup, but a small interesting cup doesn't sound right. When it is grammatically correct, the way it sounds distinguishes how it may deliver. Native speakers, for example, have an intuitive grasp of the language's complexities. So finally, I'm going to tell you one thing. Do you want to learn any language at all? Not only language, but also anything in any field. Just you have to do hard work and you will adapt the quality, never give up. Because everybody knows that Rome was not built in a one day. So this is for today's video. Please do subscribe and click the bell icon to get instant notifications. And if you find any suggestions to me, please let me know in the comments section. Because of your valuable words and your suggestions always will motivate to do more videos in future. Thank you.